Hello and welcome to the Conversations at Work podcast. I'm Bren.
I'm Lee.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Will.
And today we've got something really interesting. We've always got something interesting, but today there's an argument that's been happening in the office, and it's coming from Will.
As usual.
As usual. And it's about Godzilla and Pacific Rim, the two films. Now, what's your take on this, Will?
Well, when I watched Pacific Rim, I didn't really like it that much.
See, that shocks me already.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I just found it as a little bit over the top and not realistic. And this is what I said to Bren.
Okay, so but you liked Godzilla, and you're telling me that Godzilla is more
realistic.
Are you okay?
Let me explain to you
Please
where I'm
explain.
coming from on this. Dinosaurs existed once.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So they were big. Obviously Godzilla's bigger. But they existed. And so I can believe this more. Evolution wins already.
So you're okay with the giant aliens in Pacific Rim? It's the robots that you don't.
Well, what's the biggest robot we can do at the moment?
Well, they're not that big, admittedly.
Okay, so Asimo. Yeah.
Well, there's bigger. I think what's that company? Boston Dynamics.
Right.
They're making
They've got the humanoid ones.
But also, we're talking about AI anyway, or that kind of robot that.
Well, no, those robots in Pacific Rim sync
like,
with humans, don't they?
Yeah, they're like more like mechs, aren't they?
They're piloted.
Yeah, they're
A
piloted.
mix between. Well, it doesn't matter. Go on.
But yeah, they're a piloted machine. But okay, I see your point. Dinosaurs did exist once, yes. We were all in agreement on that. But what's to say that robotics can't advance to the point where we can build something that big?
I think it's pointless.
I think it's the size of them.
I think
really.
it's pointless to put that much, put that together.
Well, not only that. Don't forget, in the film, everyone builds one, don't they? Loads of people build them.
Yeah.
And then they just
all the
what do they do?
countries. Yeah.
They just kind of like fight each other. It's like they put billions of pounds into something. Let's just go and fight each other, or fight what were they fighting? An alien or something?
They're fighting the kaiju.
The kaiju, these aliens always appear out of this like portal under the sea or something, don't
That's
they? Right.
right.
And to combat it, they decide they're going to make these mechs and then fight them. Which, yes, sounds stupid, and you wouldn't do it. You'd probably just nuke them or something. But it's not going to make for much of an interesting movie, is it? Here comes another one. Boom. End of the movie.
At the end of the day, it's a glorified, cheesy version of Power Rangers.
But
No,
I
it's
think
about
what
Power
it is. I
Rangers
think
are
what it
not
is
right.
it's Transformers and Avatar. It's taking both elements, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think
Transformers and Godzilla.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's interesting. I mean, yes, okay. In the real world, if a monster that big came out of the ocean, the first instinct of our world governments would probably not be, let's build a robot the same size as it and start punching it.
Yeah, let's spend 10 years building a massive robot.
Exactly. It's not going to happen like that. We would just deploy the weapons that we have and destroy it.
So,
but like
this is
Lee
a stupid
said,
movie.
it's not a stupid movie.
Yeah,
I've
not seen the film, so I can't comment. Same with that Godzilla, the Bryan Cranston one. You remember?
No, just any Godzilla, really.
Right, well, all I'm saying is, it just sounds implausible. Obviously, and I know we have to suspend our belief when we're going to film.
I don't think it's implausible.
I don't know how that
just
goes. I don't know that.
Not how you. Yes, and like
it's not
that's
how
how we
it
deal with
happens, is
it.
it? So it's just I don't know how that gets green lighted.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if they went,
yeah.
because surely there's someone in that building, Warner Brothers or wherever it came from, and they just went, well, you just nuke it.
But if you thought that about every movie plot, then things wouldn't get made. Lots of things wouldn't get made. I mean, a classic like Monster Trucks wouldn't have been made if you thought about that.
Well, yeah. Why would a monster go in a truck?
What is
Is that
You're the only one that's seen it.
No, I've not seen it. It
right.
looks awful.
Yeah.
terrible.
If anyone's seen that, let us know in the comments. But
it's a non-starter. If at the start of the film you are straight away questioning it.
So the general consensus then, Will, is that big lizards are fine, but big robots can go home.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That
Fair
seems
enough, if that's what you think.
fair enough.
I'm in complete agreement, but I don't think big lizards are fine either.
Oh,
Why not?
I mean, those kind of films don't appeal to me, but I was just about to say that I think King Kong is the exception. That Skull Island that I recently watched, I thought that was put together in a way that was slightly more plausible, but I did say it loses it towards the end when
I haven't seen it.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No, I just mean like when you've seen it then.
Okay, well, there's spoilers in there. I mean, this will be a little bit of a spoiler. He attacked someone. Okay. All
right.
Okay. But the thing is, when he attacks people, at that point, why don't they go home and go, right, well, this is not working, is it?
But that's...
What are you on about?
What are you on about?
Because they couldn't go home.
They couldn't.
They was waiting for the ship to pick them up.
Yeah. They were dropped
And they're
off on
trying
the
to get
island.
away from it. They're trying to get to the northern part of the island.
without any spoilers, they hung around for too long. They realised what was happening, and then they should have just
But
gone.
Tim-
Right,
They
we'll
couldn't.
go and
They
regroup.
did. What was the guy named? Tom Hiddleston's character. He basically said, "Nope, let's get out of here," and he plotted a course directly to
in fact,
the pickup
immediately.
point.
They
Immediately.
I mean, the fact that the only reason they were there is because they were stranded.
If I remember right, there's at least one helicopter buzzing around at the end, at the end of this fight, trying to take him out by himself. And I was just like, it's not going to happen.
Did you
just seen what's
stop
happened
watching
to
the
other
film?
people.
Did you stop watching the film at that point?
Anyway, another problem I had with it as well is with the big reveal of King Kong at the start.
I love that.
Okay?
I think that was against.
He kind of put his hand on a cliff edge and he brought his head up, and his head was bloody massive. It was massive.
King Kong.
I know, I get that, but what I'm trying to say is, he lifted himself up on that cliff edge. It would have just crumbled.
But you're only seeing it from the
Anyway,
cliff side.
It's a rock.
Rocks
can take a lot of
billions
weight.
of years, yeah.
Yeah, they can take a lot of weight.
I've got a problem with it.
Okay.
Unrealistic parts of movies I don't like.
Unrealistic mountains are also a no-go.
Yeah, Will also dislikes a movie that particularly me and Brendan are very fond of.
I love this
I'm
one.
not sure if
I haven't
Jason's
seen
seen
this,
it.
so.
Mad Max Fury Road.
You know what? It annoyed me more than I actually paid money to go and see this at the cinema.
See, I don't understand that.
Everyone told me it was going to be great.
It is great.
It's amazing.
You see, now this is the thing. Will told me that he loved the original Mad Max movies, and they're great. But then here's the thing: Mad Max Fury Road for me stayed so close and true to the source material. That's why I loved it even more. So why don't you like
It
it?
had 80s glory in the other one.
It's almost like the movie that he would have wanted to have made if he
Back
had
then.
the budget and
Yeah.
the ability to do it then.
What? So you didn't have the budget to use petroleum all the time?
No,
at the end of
the
your guitar,
effects and
just to
stuff like that.
waste fuel all the time.
They
This
don't
is
care
one of
about
my-
wasting fuel. do
No.
they?
Okay, right. So the fuel actually in the world of Mad Max is a source of money. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's
money.
a currency.
Yeah, it's a
There's a whole
currency.
town called Gas Town.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at one point, they're going across the whole desert to actually try and get some gas or something, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, stop wasting it at the end of your guitar. And people are blowing it out of their mouths and
But they're
dicking around.
But they are from Gastown, and they're like the Donald
rich.
Trumps
They're rich.
of Mad Max. They're rich. They don't care. They're burning money. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
Why are they doing
And
it?
it's
Why have they got drums
motivational.
just themselves?
No, it's a
Let's
motivational
just
thing.
drum it across. Whilst we're going across the desert, we'll just keep drumming.
It's like
what
any
are you drumming
wars.
for?
It's like wars throughout history, medieval battles. They'd have the music guys there to play music to inspire the
And the
troops to
bannermen.
fight better.
You know, the
Yeah, the
bannermen
bannermen
flying
waving the
their
banners.
flags.
That's
You
what
know, it's-
bagpipes are all about.
It's sort of a bit stupid to me.
But I love that. I just love the wild and wackiness and craziness of the Mad Max universe. And it's, to me, in Fury Road, it was just amplified even more. And I also love the fact that they stayed true to the originals with the bare minimum of dialogue from Mad Max.
Yeah.
So,
And thought.
the
The way that
no.
the whole plot of the movie. I mean, I'm sorry if I give away spoilers here. You should have watched it beforehand.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I'll tell you, just don't watch it. Actually,
No, watch
But-
it. It's brilliant.
That's my opinion. But the whole plot of the movie is literally there's this idea they have to go and chase this lot of people to the other side of the desert. And then as soon as they get there, they decide, oh, we got there, we want to go back now. So they chase them back. That's the whole idea of the story. And it's pathetic for me.
But the others were just as basic.
Yeah, and
The originals were just as
everything that
basic.
happens along
So
the way.
stupid.
You could boil any movie down to like a very simple
Well, they
plot
have.
if you wanted
There's,
to.
there's only 10 narrative structures
Yeah.
in the
And
entire
also, exactly the same.
Hollywood.
Finding Nemo, swims across the ocean, swims back. That's it. But
Yeah.
it's all this stuff that happens along the way.
It's the
Nothing
journey.
happened
Will.
along the way in Mad Max.
It did a lot.
The
So
whole
much.
thing was a
Nothing
car
happened.
chase. The whole thing was a gigantic, action-packed, fire-breathing car chase.
Why do I want to see that?
Because you've gone to see Mad Max.
I give up.
It's like going to
give
go
up.
and see Starsky and Hutch, and the whole thing doesn't have any story at all apart from let's just chase this car.
It'd be like going to see Star Wars and say there's too many spaceships, or going to see Noah and saying it was too
Actually,
biblical.
no.
Which is something Will said.
I was just about to say that. Literally, he said to me, "Oh, Bren, I watched that Noah film the other night." I was like, "Oh yeah, what do you think?" "Oh, it's too biblical for me." I was like, "You kind of kidding me?" So
Okay, so why don't we start talking about actors and things like that? Like, is there any particular actors that you guys hate? I know Will's got one.
I used to hate with a passion. what's his name? DiCaprio. I used to hate him.
Yeah, I did before he got good.
But I do now. I like him now.
Well, before he
because
took
he was a
good
pretty
roles.
boy in the day.
He was just in the sort of movies I didn't like.
97 sort of time, was it?
I felt like he overacted a lot, whereas now he kind of it feels like he's found found a foothold or a level that he stays at. And
Well, the majority of films he does these days isn't set today, like in present day. It's always 30 years in the past.
Yeah, but same with his old films like Titanic, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, I just felt that like he's matured into becoming a better actor. I think I really like him.
I hate Ben Affleck as an actor. I love him as a director.
Yeah, okay.
Terrible.
Have you seen him in?
Paycheck.
No,
Once again, that's my worst ever film. You only need to watch the trailer to see it. What a bad
have you
actor
seen him
is.
in Gone Girl?
Yeah, but once again, I think
He directed that.
Yeah, even when he directs, I think he's in his comfort zone, obviously, because he's in control. But I just think I can relate to him though, and I still like him as a person because I think that's how all of us would be. I think you'd be self-conscious, and I think he's aware. Where other actors can let themselves go and get in that actual actor's mind. I think Ben Affleck is like what any of us would be like if we were acting. He's thinking too much about the camera, about. But that's why I like him. I do like him, and that's why I'm glad that he's done well in his directorial career and the films that he starred in. But as an actor in a film, if you're paying for him as a star, I think he's a terrible actor.
Yeah, overpriced.
I don't think he's
Overpriced.
terrible. I think he's awful.
Well, I kind of actually, now that we're talking about that, maybe I don't really like Johnny Knoxville as an actor.
Johnny Knoxville.
I mean,
he's not an actor. Yeah.
I know.
Let's bring up any cameo, like when you get like a sports star.
If we're talking
that's
about-
just in a film.
yeah.
If we're talking about overpriced people, overrated people, I think Nicolas Cage has got to be right up there.
Well, he had a lot of trouble, didn't he? Because didn't he like basically get himself into a shit ton of debt, so he would take on any job that was chucked at him just to make the money back, so he could pay off all
How's
his
he
stuff.
getting in this debt?
But the lifestyle, man.
And also on that point,
all those hair transplants.
but on that point, the funniest thing is well, it's not funny how Kevin Bacon, once an A-list actor, was a very, very wealthy man. He lost all his money in the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's why he's doing the 3 adverts now.
EE.
EE adverts, he's
They're
always
obviously
doing
not
that.
working on
And
you.
he's-
You'll buy 3 phones
Absolutely.
instead.
and he's there in like Britney Spears' leotard, and I just think how degrading. I mean, like the fact, and it's
I know.
he hasn't contributed to that.
I feel sad that like Kevin Bacon isn't in more stuff these days.
I agree.
I think the last great movie I saw him in was that one with the Crimson Bolt. I can't remember the name. The superhero. It was kind of like Kick-Ass, but it was a lot more violent. I forget the name of it now. But he was the main bad guy in
But
that.
don't you think
it was amazing.
that kind of Hollywood community should back their own? Like they should all band together and get him in a film. I think you'd like to have that kind of loyalty from the people he's worked with in the past for what he's done for certain films.
There's no loyalty in Hollywood,
Nah,
is
this is
there?
the truth.
No.
But he's still a bankable star. I would have said.
I would have said that.
There's
yeah.
loyalty towards Nicolas Cage because he always gets cast in films that he just shouldn't be in. Have you seen the films he's been in recently?
I have.
I don't really watch many of them.
I saw the one.
Avoid
Is it The Trust or with Elijah Wood? I quite like that. I did quite like that. I mean, it was more of an independent, gritty movie, but I thought he played the part really well.
You know what's amazing when you watch a film that at a certain point in your life, when maybe you're naive or younger, that you think's amazing, and then you go back and you watch it now as an adult, I guess. Face Off being one for me.
Yeah.
I remember it being one of those amazing films. And it was successful, wildly successful, brilliant film. But I remember going back and expecting so much more.
Right, and you kind of viewed it with rose-tinted
Yeah,
glasses.
I thought, no, Nicolas Cage is a great actor, I remember Face Off. But, I would have been, 12 at the time or something.
Yeah.
And then I watch it now and I just think, fuck me, that's an awful film. That's an awful film.
An awful film or just dated?
I think it's awful. I think it's awful. Maybe it is dated. You know how we look at comedies now and there's laugh tracks, which is acceptable there.
I mean,
there's so many taglines in Face Off and things like that. Cheap lines.
I mean, those are the movies that created those cheap lines. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's like Con Air.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah.
I freaking
I'm
loved
so
it.
with you on that. I'm
But-
100%.
But 90s movies were a bit cliche like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Robin Hood being
and they wouldn't-
American.
Yeah.
Cosmo.
Exactly. They
Like,
just
I love
wouldn't
it though.
make it, would
you still
they,
have that
these
fondness
days?
in your heart because it's nostalgia now.
Yeah.
But as a film today, it would not survive.
Films these days just don't have the depth as they used to have.
I think
They went whole hog for them back in the day.
They want to get right into the action these days. I mean,
Yeah.
have you noticed nowadays that, like, in old movies, you watch an old movie, there's like a good 5 or 10 minute like credit intro sequence where there's nothing but credits and introduction. Now they don't even have that, and sometimes they don't even show the title of the movie until the very end.
Yeah, the credit sequence
Yeah,
is very often.
But
at the end.
also as well, you talk about the depth or whatever. I still think with these independent films, we get so much depth. You know, Manchester by the Sea, I thought was a great, really, really brilliant film, and it
So I
made you
haven't seen
feel it, you know, as a performance piece. Same with that film with Leonardo DiCaprio and the infamous scene with the bear. Once again, though, as a film, you know, that's a film with depth, and I think it's great. It's all performance driven, and there will be blood. Performance-driven big film,
But the thing is,
and
I
that's
can
got depth. But I think what you're actually talking about is the blockbusters. Of
Yeah,
course
I can
they don't,
understand
but they
people
never
going
have.
to
Yeah, the
see a
blockbusters
film.
now are all cookie cutter. You know, everything's analysed, and it's like, oh, you've got to have this amount of action, then you've got to have this, and
You could have comedy, you could have romance.
Yeah.
you know, and
But
it's
why
just
did
that
you go
kind
and
of
see
formula, isn't
Manchester
it?
by the Sea?
Oh well, I watched it
Because
at
that
home.
looks like a drama for me.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
looks
some people
dull
do
to
like
me.
drama.
Why would
Well,
anyone put that at the cinema? Shouldn't it just be straight to DVD, Blu-ray? Or
No,
something?
because it's a masterpiece. It's really, really.
Yeah,
good film. I know what you're saying. Is there any
it's good, but
conflict?
it's
Is there
basically
any-
Emmerdale on steroids or something.
yeah. If
isn't
nothing happens in it that's more interesting than what's happening down your street or a soap, then I just can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I go to the movies to be wowed and have a
that's
spectacle.
why I watched it
you
at
know?
home, though. That is why I watched it
Right.
at home. I really, when you're in those feelings, and you're either watching a thriller
Which is-
or a drama.
Which is why, like, I suppose you're saying that most movies, Hollywood movies, are kind of cookie cutter now. I think that's why films like the new Ghost in the Shell didn't do that well at the box office, because it's not
Formula.
part of that cookie cutter mold. Like, I know it was a retelling of an old story, but I think it's a shame that more people in Hollywood aren't taking bigger risks.
Yeah, like we were looking at something the other day about music in Hollywood, and we were trying to remember memorable sort of film scores from like recent movies, because all your old classic movies always had such memorable
Back to the
themes,
Future,
and they were used so
E.T.,
often that you
Jurassic
just
Park,
Jaws.
And now these days they're all Marvel films, the big blockbusters people look forward to.
But
in the
still
summer.
no sound.
Yeah,
Still
it's
no
just
sound.
all background.
Or it is a soundtrack.
accompanying.
It is a soundtrack, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that was a good
that's the
example.
exception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Avengers movies do use the same motifs all the way through, though. The big triumphant kind of
I don't
Avengers
remember them.
theme.
I don't remember
time.
any of them.
No?
No,
No,
they either don't
I
use
couldn't
it
even
enough.
remember. I couldn't even remember if they have them in.
No, they don't.
Right.
They either don't use it enough, or it's not memorable enough.
But
for
on
me.
the topic of remakes of classics, I mean, what Disney are doing at the moment, I think it's amazing.
You see,
I think
gotta
the Jungle.
disagree.
I think Jungle was. I tell you, I know you guys might not be on the same boat, but I'm so looking forward to the Lion King.
I don't mind them. I watch them. They're quite entertaining. But Will, you really don't like them, do you?
It's just a cash cow, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
That's all it is, and it's so obvious what they're doing, and it's really annoying me.
I think it's annoying me more that I think Disney should be focusing on creating new IPs, because they're good at that.
But I think what allows them to do that is, yes, they do create new IPs with their animation departments. I think they do. And I think that's great. They're every year they're bringing out Wreck-It Ralph, these great films.
That wasn't Disney, I don't think, was it?
Yeah, it was Disney.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
Pixar.
Oh,
It
right,
felt
sorry,
like a
yeah.
Pixar
Yeah,
movie.
and then obviously even for children now, you've got Frozen, Tangled, all these films that they're doing that are completely original. And I think, and Pixar on their own, which are still a part of Disney, are producing these independent IPs. But then I think now with the technology age we're in and the advances we've had, why shouldn't they revisit these hand-drawn classics and give them a new breath of life? Because that's what they are. They're in the archives of Disney. They made Disney.
I think it
Jungle
spoils the
Book.
animation.
I hate reboots altogether, pretty much.
Yeah, and
Mad Max,
basically they're
though.
rebooting it, and then they're leaving out something big.
Do you know what I mean? And you said that
for
was
me,
the film.
Beauty and
Yeah, I suppose.
On that, you actually said Mad Max is the film that you would have made with the budget. Well, don't you think Disney, Lion King, Jungle Book, with all the money they threw at those
They're
films,
gonna
which
ruin
they
the
did.
songs.
No, but if they had the technology to recreate realistic lions,
Are you not listening, Dave?
they're going to ruin the songs.
They're going to ruin the songs.
Jungle Book does such a clever way of putting
It
the
did do
songs.
it.
It's
I've
clever.
not seen it, but the trailer put me off. And to be honest, any movie with live action talking animals always puts me off. I just can't take it
And there's
seriously.
also that uncanny
It's trying to be
valley
serious,
of
but trying to
the
be not
animals
serious.
looking realistic.
Are you telling me that you didn't enjoy Beverly Hills Chihuahua?
I haven't seen that, unfortunately.
Neither have I was joking. Anyway, I think that's all the time we've got for today. Lots of talk about movies and stuff, but let us know your thoughts and in the comments below on what your favourite movies are. Do you think Godzilla's like realistic or more realistic than a giant robot? Let us know. But until next time, folks, this has been Conversations at Work, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.